And I think you touched based on you moving to US, right? But I think I just wanted to know, like, how did all of that started, right? I know that you started with Collabera here in Baroda, and just wanted you to kind of throw some light upon your journey in terms of where did this thought come in, and how did you land up in US?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I was in seventh standard, and I was in my school, and I saw quite a few and heard a lot of people moving to US. Also, a big Bollywood fan, so watched a lot of movies that were shot in US. And I was always fascinated with what is America, what is New York, what is Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and all of those things. So that thought, I think, was born when I was in that seventh standard, and then after that, it just kept getting stronger and stronger.
One, two, three, four.
Hi everyone, my name is Nishant, and I'm working as a senior talent acquisition manager with Collabera for the past 10 and a half years. Welcome to the next episode of Community, where I have somebody that I want to introduce to all of you that I worked with him back in 2016, and I again got a chance to work with him now. He's a fantastic individual, but we'll kind of listen it directly from him. One thing that I would also want to talk about is that he is one individual who's always been an advocate of Indore, and he always tries his level best at how can Indore be one of the capitals of India, right? But yeah, I'm kind of handing it over to Anshul.
Hi everyone, my name is Anshul Bhaiya. I'm working as a senior manager talent acquisition here at Collabera from our Basking Ridge, New Jersey office. I joined Collabera back in 2014 in Vadodara and moved to US in 2020 and currently in Basking Ridge.
All right, Anshul. So again, I have a few series of questions that I'm going to ask you one after another, followed by a rapid fire. We'll kind of see how that goes. But one question that I think I have for you, the first one to begin with, is how, like, I would really want Collabera to know how is Anshul in his professional and his personal life overall.
Well, Anshul is a very unfiltered person. I like to call spade a spade. I'm a very passionate and a driven person. My personal dreams drive my professional behavior, and I'm somebody who strongly believes into dreams and chasing them.
All right, great. And I think you touched based on you moving to US, right? But I think I just wanted to know, like, how did all of that started, right? I know that you started with Collabera here in Baroda, and just wanted you to kind of throw some light upon your journey in terms of where did this thought come in, and how did you land up in US?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I was in seventh standard, and I was in my school, and I saw quite a few and heard a lot of people moving to US. Also, a big Bollywood fan, so watched a lot of movies that were shot in US. And I was always fascinated with what is America, what is New York, what is Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and all of those things. So that thought, I think, was born when I was in that seventh standard, and then after that, it just kept getting stronger and stronger. So that's where the dream started. It took me 13 and a half years to realize that dream, but when I joined Collabera, I was very, very clear that I want to work as hard as I could so that I can get an opportunity to be in the US. And fast forward to 2020, that dream come to fruition.
Excellent. I think this is one heck of an inspirational story for a lot of us working here in this organization. So another question, right? I know that you kind of hire a lot of folks, for Collabera. So what are the three things that you basically look at in a candidate when you hire them?
Well, there is not like three things that I look at when I'm hiring somebody. When I'm hiring somebody, my interviews are generally a conversation. I want to know them as a person. So the story that this person talks about of their life, what kind of mindset and the attitude that they come with are the things that I generally focus on. Because if somebody has the right mindset, if they have the right attitude, and if they have a very solid story behind them that they can talk about, I think they are going to be very, very successful at Collabera.
Great to know that. I think if there are candidates who are kind of listening to this, they exactly, I think you've kind of spilled the beans, and they should now know that how they should behave in front of you when they're interviewing. But I think jokes apart, I also wanted to know from you, in terms of what is your leadership mantra or your leadership style?
Well, that's an interesting question for me. I work with everybody and I treat them the way I want to be treated as a person. So that's something that is very, very important, that I focus on. No matter whom I'm working with, I would want to treat them with the way I would want to be treated. Apart from that, I'm somebody who would want to lead by an example. I would never shy away from a challenge. If there is something new that I have to do, I would be up for it. Yes, I might have butterflies in my stomach, like this community episode. This was not something that I've ever done before, and I have butterflies in my stomach. But I mean, I like to take challenges head on, and one thing that drives me is making people successful. So I think of myself being successful if I have somebody that I've worked with and I can help them get that success that they're looking for.
Amazing thought, right? Anshul, coming back to my next question, what advice that you want to give to your younger self, if there's any advice like that?
Well, I would tell my younger self that when I'm on vacation, I should actually be on vacation and I should take more vacations. That's something that I would definitely want to tell my younger self, because there have been instances where I've been on vacation and I'm still thinking about work. It's not that I've been asked to, but it's just who I am. I'm so passionate about things that I'm doing that I'll keep thinking about it. So I'm making a conscious effort. When I take a time off, I thoroughly enjoy it. But yeah, that's something that I would tell my younger self 8 years back, that hey, enjoy your vacations and take more vacations.
All right. No, I think that's a great thought. I think for folks who are watching this, right, it's kind of an advice to all of you who are into this current scheme of things and into current phase. That you can always kind of count on this advice from Anshul. But yeah, coming back to the next question, although this sounds like a rapid fire, but I do have rapid fire with me, which is kind of waiting for the next session. But one thing that I want to know from you, Anshul, is that now that you have been in US, majority of the time that you spend out there, right? I know that we continue to work hard each day. We hustle a lot, right? But how do you keep that balance between your work and your life?
Well, I'm somebody who loves to travel, read, and cook. Those are the things that charge me up or energize me. And while I work hard, while I'm doing all of it, I focus on those things that give me happiness. Working is one of the things that give me happiness, but there are, like I said, 3 more things that give me happiness. And I definitely focus on those to have a balance, because let's say I had a very long day at work, I'll go back home and I'll probably cook something that I'm really craving for, or that's my comfort food, and I'll be fresh to be back in the office next morning.
Awesome, perfect. I think what you just touched base a minute ago, or not even a minute ago, a few seconds ago, right? That's exactly what my next question is, right? So you coming in from Indore, I think this might be like your favorite question. You coming in from Indore, and I think a lot of Indoris who are kind of seeing this episode, I think poha kind of goes, as like
should be the national food of India.
Exactly, like the way we are trying to put Indore as the capital of India. Poha should be the national food, of India. I'm sure that you have had a lot of this type of food when you are in Indore, but now that you are in US, right? How does your food cravings look like?
Well, I'll tell you this: when I moved to US, I was in Denver, and there were not many options to have Indian food, let alone Indori food. And then the opportunity presented itself and I moved to Basking Ridge, where there are a lot of Indian options available. So I don't still crave as much of Indian food there, but I do crave a good poha with jiravan and some jalebis. So what we do is me and my wife, we end up cooking it almost every weekend, and that is not our breakfast, it becomes our lunch. But yeah, I mean, that's how I started learning to cook, because when I moved to Baroda as well, I would crave for Indori food, and we would end up cooking whatever we crave for, and then whenever I'm in India, I make sure that I eat enough for one whole year before I come back.
All right, no, I think awesome. I think great to know that you kind of still crave for that particular food. and you continue to cook that as well, as in your day to day. But then I think that brings me to the end of the questions that I have, like a series of questions that we kind of just went through. But here comes the fun part, right? I think all of us have kind of watched Coffee with Karan, right, and how the rapid fires look like, right? But this is another set of rapid fire that we are doing, on this episode of Community with you.
I need my hamper after the rapid
I
fire.
am sure that the team has arranged for a hamper as well, right? But yeah, coming back to some of these, and I think I may have to look at my phone for that. Lassi or latte?
Lassi.
Okay. Friends or The Office? As in
Friends.
Friends. Okay. One big hire or several small hires?
Several smaller.
All right. Like a situation, right? If you have to compromise between quality and speed and timeline, what would you pick between all?
None. I can't compromise with any of them. It goes hand in hand.
Okay, perfect. No, I think thank you, and I think as you kind of absolutely did justice to how rapid fire should be, right? With all the rapid answers. But again, once again, thank you so much for kind of showing up here on this episode, and we actually loved to record you and the experiences and the thoughts that you have on the table. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.